have the approaching Highway 6 North to approaching Highway 6 South. And
how beautiful that is.
Welcome, everyone. I can't tell you how excited I am for this event. We have an incredible itinerary lined up with Sandals Resorts and the Barbados Tourism Authority. There's so many people behind the scenes today here that have worked so hard to make it possible. And I want to thank everybody. Tracy's going to go into detail about who those people are in a moment, but this is truly a dream come true. We need this. I am so glad to see you all here as we celebrate the last networking event of the year. We all know how much of a different year it was. Even so, I think, a lot of things happened this year that wouldn't have happened otherwise. I made some amazing friends, developed some wonderful partnerships, one of them being Tracy Turberfield from Live Virtual Vacation Experiences, who coordinated today's event. She worked so hard this year to evolve her business. And as a member of Durham Women's Network, I wanted to give her that recognition, and I want to show her some love because she is just truly a great example of what it means to evolve and pivot, and everything wonderful happens this year. Before we hand it over to Tracy, I'm just going to give a couple quick housekeeping items, just a once over. One, please make sure you have a delicious tropical drink on hand. Next, please mute your microphone when you're not speaking. However, we do encourage lots of conversations in the chat. And speaking of the chat, be ready to share your business information if you feel comfortable doing so, because we'll be providing Durham Women's Network member participants of this networking event with a full recap of the chat after the event. So if you want to include your social handles, business contact info, please do so. Tell everyone what you do. And I'm also going to encourage you ladies to make one connection after today's event that you did not know prior to the event. And then maybe post about it later in our private Facebook group. Tell us what you thought about today's event as well. We have prizes. So we have a Pink Palm Marcom prize pack consisting of this beautiful rose gold tumbler and a delicious bottle of Mount Gay rum. We are heading to Mount Gay today, so I can't wait to show you that and some other goodies too. We have a gorgeous holiday wreath from Idlewild Designs, and we have a $100 gift card to Jam Designs Boutique, offering fabulous jewelry and aromatherapy items. So today we're starting at the gorgeous Sandals Royal Barbados Resort, where we are going to check out all of the amazing features. I've personally been there and can say it is beyond luxurious and the most hospitable place that I have ever been to. We are also doing some live sightseeing around the island. We're going to be going to Mount Gay, taking in a pottery experience, visiting a synagogue, visiting Bridgetown. I can't wait to take off. One last note though, today's session is being recorded and it will be posted on Facebook for those who couldn't join live. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. We are posting live on our social channels using the hashtag DWN in Barbados. So if you're following along, we encourage you to do the same. Now, over to you, Tracy.
Thank you, Jennifer, so much. I am so excited to be here. You know, when Jennifer asked me if I could do a live virtual vacation from Barbados, I said, yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, yes, because I know people. I have connections, and being in the travel business for 15 years, I have really made some amazing relationships and connections. And I really am so excited to bring this experience live from Barbados to you, to the DWN women. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this plane on over to our Barbados tourism team, and Jason, take it away.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on today's event. My name is Jason Yearwood, and I am one of the business development officers with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., stationed here in Toronto, Canada. Before we proceed with this afternoon's activities, let me first begin by thanking Tracy and Jennifer for the opportunity, and also acknowledge my colleague, Stacey Hutchinson, Senior Business Development Officer, who also worked with us towards this event. Our colleague Marsha, who is the Chief Product Development Officer. You will see her later on in today's session, as well as our product team back in Barbados, and of course the Sandals team right here in Canada and in Barbados. So without further ado, we welcome you to Barbados. We hope you enjoyed the video, and now for some live activity, I'm going to hand it on to Robert Smith, Business Development Manager of Sandals right here in Ontario. Robert, go right ahead.
Thank you very much, Jason. And I'll just echo exactly what Jason says. Tracy and Jennifer, thank you for bringing this experience live to everyone that's on screen today. My name is Robert Smith, and I am the Business Development Manager for Sandals and Beaches Resorts. For almost 40 years, we're bringing couples' dream and making them come true. But I'm sitting here in a virtual background. And so I want to bring the live experience to you. And so I would love to introduce the team over in Barbados. On the ground, let us start with our General Manager of Sandals Barbados and Sandals Royal Barbados, Mr. Ramel Sobrino.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So happy to be with you this morning. Welcome to the newest jewel in Sandals crown, Sandals Royal Barbados. My name is Ramel Sobrino. I'm the general manager here. And today we're gonna have the opportunity to give you a little taste of what Sandals Barbados and Sandals Royal Barbados is all about. Go to Dayna now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to beautiful Sandals Resorts in Barbados. I am Dayna Gilbert, and I'm the Director of Sales. I really love Barbados. It's one of the safest islands you could visit. And this resort in particular is so close to the airport. So as soon as you land, in a split of an eye, you're right here at Sandals Resorts in Barbados. The team has a lot in store for you, so I'm gonna allow them to speak and show you what we do best every day. But I must say though, health and safety has always been at the forefront of our resorts. But with the advent of COVID-19, what we have done is added additional protocols, and I will allow my general manager to just give you a few snippets of what it is about.
Absolutely, Dayna, thank you. One of the strongest part of our operation. After 40 years, having the very strict protocols, protecting all our clients, we have enhanced our protocol of hygiene just to protect our clients more on this new normal. So I give you a couple of things that we are doing right now, from temperature checks upon arrival, physical distancing indicator all across the hotel, signage encourage the use of masks in enclosed areas, touchingless temperature thermometers are located in the lobby so you can take your temperature anytime you want. Hand sanitizers are throughout outside the entire hotel in every single place that you go. Identify cleaning high touching points in your suite has been taken care of. Use of aerosol sprayers to sanitize lawn chairs after every use. Air conditioning, this is something that I wanted to share with you. Air conditioning has been something very, the things to talk about it in the travel industry, including aircraft and all of that. So your air conditions in your rooms are sprayed after every use and before. UV light blue is used to validate your cleanliness in your suite after they have been cleaned. Disinfectant and sanitized. A seal is then placed on the door, and only the arrival guest is allowed to break the seal when they arrive. So your room, you're the only one that is going first after it being completely sanitized. Back to you, Dayna.
Thank you, everyone. Now, we've said a lot, so we're going to take you into the resort. And I would like to introduce you to Mr. Ramel Alleyne, who is our Butler Elite Services Manager. He's going to take you to the accommodation section of his presentation. See you later.
Thank you, Dayna. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from our beautiful and sunny island of Barbados. Welcome to your virtual suite experience with none other than myself, Ramel Alleyne, manager for the butlers here at Sandals Resorts in Barbados. Our suite collection ranges from rondevals, which are private villas, millionaire suites, swim-up suites, and Prime Minister one-bedroom ocean view suites. Today, we're in the highest category available at this resort, the Sky Pool Butler Suite. Now, I know you may be wondering, what is included in this suite? So just imagine, VIP fast track service, Rolls-Royce transfer, Butler Elite service, expedited check-in, a pool in the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Where else but Sandals Resorts do you go and get a pool in the sky? Unobstructed view of the ocean, and just take a look at that view in the background. Separate bedroom and living area and a butler's pantry. Now, I just want you to allow me a few seconds to show you this spectacular suite. So we're currently on the patio. Just take a look. That's the infinity pool, the sky pool. And there you go. You can see the infinity pool from your patio as well. We are about to enter the cozy living area of the
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost our colleague there. Perhaps Daniel or Robert, we can go to one of your other colleagues and then come back to the view of the room.
Yes, we are now entering the bathroom.
He's back.
And two things I must point out is his and hers vanity. The ladies will understand. Now, it is a hot day in Barbados, ladies and gents, and I'm gonna go cool off in this beautiful bubble bath that was prepared for me. I will now hand you over to our food and beverage team, who will guide you through our 5-star global gourmet experience. So until next time, one love. Over to you, Sherri.
Hi everyone, I'm over here on the Sky Terrace, but guess what? I need to show you this view before I talk about food and beverage. Look at how stunning this is. Such a beautiful day here. Oh my goodness, I feel like taking a deep in. Over at our Sky Terrace, we have our Sky Bar over here, headed to our Le Parisien restaurant. Such a beautiful day. Rooftop restaurant, French cuisine. Here you have it. Hi, Henry. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the most exciting and delicious part of your stay. My name is Sherri Bradford, Food and Beverage Director. Alongside me, I have my team, the bar manager, Sheldon, and our executive chef, Pratik Basu. Guess what? You're in the best place. Over here in Barbados, we're here to take care of you. Anything that you need, we got you. We have 18 different dining options here from all over the world. We have Italian, Asian, Indian, just to name a few. Guess what? You have allergies, we got you also. So don't forget, we have lots in store for you. You want to take it up a notch? This property is full of romance. So you could also do a candlelight dinner on the beach, under the stars with your private server. Guess what? I smell like Chef has something in store for you. Chef, over to you. What is it that you have in store?
Hello everyone, this is Pratik Basu, Executive Chef in the lovely island of Barbados. We are offering 5-star global gourmet in all of our restaurants, prepared by our chefs all around the world. Oh, this is what we have. Some Caribbean spiny lobster. Ooh, that looks good. Come taste it.
What?
That looks real good. Want to taste you soon? Please come.
And of course, you know we had to top that up. We have Sheldon here who has something in store for you.
How are you doing today? Hi, like Sherri said, I'm the bar manager. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we normally say here in Barbados, and we believe that your luxury vacation isn't your luxury vacation unless it goes with good drinks that makes up the essential part of your holiday. And we take care and we pay special attention as we make those cocktails. And speaking about those cocktails, let me introduce you to Rodney. Rodney's going to be the man today. He's going to make,
hello everyone.
He's going to make a smoked pineapple margarita for you today. What we call a delicious cocktail. So what he's going to do now is going to come with a shaker with some ice.
Nothing better than drinks at the pool.
Yeah. You're going to start off with some Don Julio tequila. Get you in the mood. Got your Cointreau. Got your Sprite. Fresh pineapple juice. Nothing better than fresh juices. Really makes a difference. Fresh lime juice.
I could smell those flavors.
Open them off now. Give it a good shake. And we're going on now to the exciting part of it. My favorite thing, the smoke. There we go.
And he's smoking it up. So we have that over our Sky Bar every single night.
Get it torch in there. Let it go in there, it's going on. Give it a shaking. Have you poured it running? Yeah. There you go. Give it a shake. Get your margarita glass nice and chilled.
Thank you.
Nice fresh pineapple.
No, this is the thing Jenny's doing.
Thank you, Rodney. And look at that. Cheers, guys. Enjoy. Looking forward to seeing you.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. I hope you enjoyed it. And guess what? You've had all this food and beverage. So it's time to head over to the bowling alley to work this off. So over to you, Chad, at our first ever bowling alley, 4 lanes, and our beer bar. Enjoy, everyone.
I found Chad, I found Ariel. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the first ever in the chain Sandals bowling alley here at the Lovers Lane at Sandals, Barbados. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this is the lady Ariel. Hi. Our playmaker here on resort. She takes you through your bowling experience while you're here with us. So all you need to get yourself off on the bowling experience is some shoes. Take them down to the shoes. Okay? We got your socks, and all you need is to just come, bring your partner, and have a good time. All right? Follow me. Let's go. I was in the middle of a game when you caught me. So I'm just going to try to finish it up if you don't mind. Let's hope I get a strike. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you can do a little bit of a lot, do a little of nothing. It's entirely up to you. You choose to do your vacation while you're here with us. Also, so that you know what we've got in store, your daytime activities, that is beach volleyball, pool volleyball, volleyball, shuffleboard, you name it, we've got it. You're at your fingertips.
The actual event not happening right now.
Where is this?
I have no idea.
Somewhere in Barbados. You name it, we got it.
It looks like Sandals.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted right now. The presenter is muted.
Also, we've got the first ever cross feature bar here at the Lovers Lane. Trust me, Absolutely. We've got a little bit of snow here in the Caribbean, trust me, I tell you. Beautiful. And we've also got 17 different types of beer you can find from all around the world right here in the beautiful, beautiful island of Barbados. Yes, man, trust me. So I want to tell you a little bit about our nighttime package. We've got a different array of shows each and every night, and every show here on property is done by your entertainment team members. So trust me, you'll get to know them up close and personal in the daytime and see them sing, dance, and act at nighttime. All right? Now, apart from that, we've got your foosball table and we've got your Lover's Lane piano bar right over here. Now, I wanted to do something very quick for you, if you don't mind. Can I sing a little bit? Can I sing a little bit? So we want to make sure that whenever you come here, you have nothing to worry about, all right? So don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. Saying don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. 3 little birds sit by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Yeah, man. So ladies and gentlemen, come on down. Have a wonderful time with us here in the beautiful island of Barbados. And right about now, I'd like to take the time to send you on over to Bridgetown, where the man Troy is waiting for you at your dive center. He's going to speak a little bit more about his operation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chad. Welcome, folks, to our beautiful 5-star dive operation located in beautiful Bridgetown, Barbados. My name is Troy. I'm an Aqua Center manager, and I'm going to be the one taking you on all the lovely excursions that you want to. You can't come to Barbados and not go swimming with the turtles. Barbados is one of the few places in the world that you can enjoy swimming with the turtles right in Carlisle Bay area. We do also offer diving in that area, so please feel free to come on down. For those of you who are not adventurous and you don't want to get wet, don't worry. We're going to bring the aquatic life to you. If you see in the background right here, we have our glass bottom boat, so you can sit back, relax, and the turtles and everything is going to come to you. Okay? So enjoy, looking forward to seeing you. And once again, welcome. Back to you, Charles.
It's a beautiful day here in Barbados. The beach is inviting. The infinity pool, the place to be. My name is Charles Langard. I'm the hotel manager for those 2 brilliant and magnificent resorts. And I will be here to make sure that your vacation are a memory of a lifetime. Now, if we do have some fantastic amenities and facilities, it's not our little secret. Patrick, can you enlighten our future guests about our little secret?
People make the difference, and we have the most amazing team members here in Barbados. My name is Patrick Drake, resort manager. We look forward to welcoming you so the entire team can pamper you. We're talking about fun in the sun, the vibes, the culture, the history, the fun can't done, and of course there's lots of rum. Let our team look after you and pamper you. Come on down and see how satisfaction is guaranteed with the team we have here in Barbados. Ramel.
Ladies and gents, thank you for giving us this opportunity today. And on behalf of 1,500 team members of Sandals Resort in Barbados, we want to thank you. And now that you have met all of us having the opportunity today, the team who made the dreams happen is waiting for you. Now is the time for you to book your trip and come to Barbados. See you soon, and remember that every little thing is going to be just right. God bless you for being here today, ladies and gents.
Cheers. One love.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I am so, so grateful to each and every one of you for this incredible presentation live from Sandals Royal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just speechless right now. How is everybody feeling? Give me some waves.
Start again.
All right. So Jason, you think it's time to maybe get up and move a little?
Yes, it sure is. And to help us move a bit, we have some music straight out of Barbados. Every summer we have our October festival. Part of the October festival is music and singing and competition. And so we're gonna play some music from one of our renowned calypsonians in Barbados. Come on, stand up, shake a leg.
Ready up, up. Louder, Jason, louder.
Can you stay on mute?
Oh, the restroom over there? Yes. I'll take care of that. Thank you, Shannon. I don't know.
I'm hot. All right, Jennifer, take it away, girl. Woo!
Thank you so much. I just want to thank the whole team at Sandals and Barbados and Tracy. Okay, so just a teeny bit of background, I'll be super quick. I met Tracy in person for the first time, I think February. And that's exactly like how we started chatting. It was, what do you do? And Tracy said, well, I'm a travel advisor. And I said, oh, I just got back from Sandals. It was my favorite. I'm obsessed. Since then, just my obsession with travel. I'm always, sending Tracy notes in the middle of the night and sending her, this is the next trip I'm taking, and getting her to, start putting together a little checklist of where I'm going. And what I will tell you is the second I'm able to hop on a plane again, I'm going to a Sandals resort or 2 or 3 in one trip, however I can maximize that. What I will say about Sandals Royal Barbados is that it truly was an incredible place to visit. It was the hospitality, the people, the food, the spa. Heading off resort, there were some amazing excursions, like swimming with sea turtles, sailing, heading to Oystons on the Friday night for the fish fry. It was incredible to have like kingfish and macaroni pie, like the delicious food, the beer, the drinks, the everything was amazing. And as it was mentioned earlier, you get off the plane and it's truly a 10-minute drive from the airport. So it's quite amazing that when you plan a trip to Barbados, you pretty much get there. And because it's a lovely small island, you're able to get to wherever you're going in a great amount of time. So you really waste no time. You can start your vacation right away. I just wanted to quickly screen share just to show you the first one that popped up, us arriving at the airport, getting a nice rum punch. Of course, Matt's eyes are closed in this. Oops. Let's see. I love this. My favorite picture of all, though, and I think a number of you have seen this, is the one from, let's see. Oh, no, it's not coming up. Let's see this.
Yes, it is. I see it.
You do? Good. Yes, that was my favorite photo from the trip, taken by Sandals staff. It was just incredible. I cannot say enough about how well they treat you during the whole vacation experience. It is just worth every, ounce of planning, time, money spent, everything. It's worth it over and over. I can't even think about going anywhere else. I just absolutely love it. So one thing I wanted to note about the island, it's safe, clean, and friendly. It's the culinary capital of the Caribbean. It's known for its local dining, its award-winning mixologists. The drinks were incredible. My favorites are the Bob Marley and the Green Monkey. The bartenders there would create special drinks just for you. It was truly incredible. I can't even tell you enough. I think you saw for yourself how incredible it truly is. But if anyone has questions about this resort, please reach out to me. I would love to tell you more about the resort. So without further ado, I know we need to get moving along.
I'm going to hire you. I need an assistant here for my travel business.
I know. I have my TICO license. I like the marketing stuff more. I love the marketing. Okay, so we're going to do a draw for the Pink Palm Rose Gold Tumbler and the bottle of Mount Gay for one lucky attendee today. I'm taking out my hat here. Can you all see me? There we go. Okay, and the lucky winner is Joan Stalker. So Joan, I am going to touch base with you after, and I will get this all to you, the special prize pack. So thank you so much for being on today's call. We do have 2 more prizes to draw for at the end, but first we have some incredible live sightseeing on the island. So I'm going to hand it on over to Marsha.
Well, you're actually going to hand it over to me, Jennifer, but then Marsha comes after. So no worries. I'm so glad that you had a tremendous experience in Barbados last year and that you have just, fabulous memories at Sandals Royal Barbados and of course the entire island. No, I saw that everyone was dancing and enjoying themselves whilst that song was playing. And the chorus of that song says, oi, 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 something is happening. And Barbados is definitely the place where lots of things are happening on the tourism scene, and it's the place where you can, enjoy many activities. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce my colleague Marsha Alleyne. She is the Chief Product Development Officer at the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. And she and her team oversees everything on the ground where the attractions and different activities are concerned. You will note that Marsha is dressed in the colors of the Barbados flag, blue, yellow, and black. And I have my blue shirt on. That is because this weekend is our independent weekend. So we celebrate 54 years of independence in Barbados on November 30th. So Marsha is all decked out in her patriotic gear, and we are so excited to have her and the team on board. So Marsha, please go right ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to the entire Sandals team and all of you lovely ladies on the Zoom today. Thank you so much and good afternoon to you. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to my island. And you know what? It's an island that I actually love. I get to live where you want to vacation. Woo, woo! And it's a real pleasure to actually showcase a real small snippet of some of the delights that we have here on island. I know we whetted your appetite with the Sandals team, but we want to take you into the belly or the bowels of Barbados and show you our pottery, some of the wonderful historic sites around the island. And of course, we can't leave without showing you some of our rum. So as we think about Barbados and the fact that, we are a distinct Caribbean island in that we have been around from 1625 and beyond that in terms of our heritage and our history. And as we think about our heritage and history, one of the things I want to take you to is to our potters, our pottery. Pottery has been around in Barbados for over 350 years. And the monkey jars were used to actually carry water. I'm actually drinking from a pottery mug, made right here in Barbados. But you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from some of the renowned potters across the island. And I want to take you right now to bell holder and Maggie Bell, the renowned potter, who will actually give you a spin on the potter's wheel. So take it away, Maggie and Bell.
Hey,
hi.
Hey.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, everybody. So yes, it's Independence time, rightfully in beautiful Barbados. So we're wearing our colors, and this right now today we're at Maggie Bell Pottery, and we were laughing because of our name. So Bell is my first name, and Bell is her last name. There's no E on hers, there's an E on mine. So we said we're about to make some beautiful noise in terms of creating pottery. So there are lots of wonderful pieces here. So when you're thinking about coming to Barbados, you want to plan your trip in advance so that you can get in as much as possible. And you want to get off the beaten path sometimes, of course, and get some authentic experiences. Now, what better way to experience Barbados than to truly get your hands dirty, but getting your hands dirty to create something beautiful. So I'm going to angle the camera so that you guys can see. So Maggie's been working away here. Here we go. At the wheel. There she is. And so what's really awesome about this is that it comes straight from the earth here in Barbados, right?
Yep.
So in terms of sourcing the clay that is used, it literally comes from the earth. So wouldn't it be amazing to be able to take that, literally a piece of the rock, but then of course reshape into something absolutely beautiful that can become, a piece of Barbados in a beautiful shape and to create some wonderful art. And what's wonderful is that Maggie is thinking about doing lessons as well and actually sharing her craft and teaching others how to create these amazing pieces. My favorite part is when she uses the string to get it off the wheel. I'm just fascinated by that. Why doesn't it just go flying? Okay.
This is a bowl.
So what are you creating?
creating a bowl here right now, and I'm throwing it on the hump.
All right, so she's creating a bowl. And of course, this is usually just the first step. So my boys, I'm fighting traffic here because we're right next to the window. And so she's creating a beautiful bowl. And how many years have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been doing it probably about 25 years.
25 years of experience for Maggie Bell Pottery. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a huge piece to become a wonderful part of your selection and be added to your decor when you go back home from your vacation and make all your friends jealous. And I actually love the mug that Marsha was using there. And okay, so it's gonna come off the wheel. All right, so I want to show you some of the other pieces that Maggie's been working on. Let's give her some space.
We got a monkey jar.
All right, so this is a monkey, and this monkey actually spelled S-M-O-N-K-E-Y, and this has a historical connection to the island because monkeys were what were used in the past to keep beverages cold, to keep your water cold. And so this is a nice nod to Barbados. So if you come to Barbados, to Maggie Bell Pottery, not David, and you come to Barbados, Maggie Bell Pottery, you definitely want to take that. You also connected to the history of the island, and they come in different sizes. So Maggie can take it whatever size that you like. And of course, look at this. This could be an ashtray or keepsake in the shape of fish.
They just told us to go. They just told us to go and unmute because I'm doing this like virtual Barbados.
So look, the holidays are coming up, so this can go straight onto the Christmas tree in terms of decor on your Christmas tree and make it an authentic island Christmas on your Christmas tree. You were talking about exotic beverages earlier. Okay, right here in terms of pottery. So, you know, Maggie, I know as you said, you were thinking about teaching as well. So nice and loud so everybody can hear you.
Yes, I'll get you started on the wheel, or we'll make slab pots or pinch pots, any kind of pot.
So this is pinching that you're doing right now?
This is just as a wheel throwing.
Okay.
All right. This is just another thing, another bowl. Just gonna take that off the wheel. All right. The wheel is a little bit harder to do.
Okay, very gently, or just touch that. Okay.
But if we were gonna do a pinch pot,
louder,
a pinch pot.
A pinch pot, okay.
Right. That is a pot that you would make starting with a lump of clay. You can start with a simple lump of clay like this.
And this comes from the earth right here in Barbados.
Yeah, this is all 100% Barbadian clay. All right. So we will roll this. Get it all nice because my hands are wet. Anyway, we have to start a pinch pot with a ball, and then we pinch it literally. And it's very simple. It's just,
so it's already started to take the shape.
Right? This was the method that the first inhabitants of the island, the Arawak Indians, used to use to make their pottery. They used to just turn it and pinch it and turn it and pinch it and pinch it. And they got them remarkably wrong. And then when it was firm, they would burnish the outside so it would be very shiny.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have much colors. They just had the redness of the clay and some of the clays that were white. So they just had two colors.
So this pinching method, Maggie, doesn't even go on the wheel?
Nope. This doesn't need anything. This is the most
handwork.
Basic way you can make a pot. And you can make an incredible pot just pinching it. And this is doing it very fast. But you take your time and go around in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, it's getting to be wrong. Doesn't look like much yet, but it takes a little time to get it done.
Right. What's interesting I find about the pinching method that you're using, do you end up with more unique pieces instead of the wheel kind of makes everything?
Yeah, the wheel is very uniform, and these can be very individual looking pieces. And then you just keep going around, and then you can get patterns. And what's nice about it is it's imprinted with your fingerprint, so it's very personal. So when you make something, it looks like it was made by you. Right? And you can get this egg-shaped cup. Now this this is just the edges raw like this, but you can straighten up the edge. You can either put it back on the wheel like that.
Mm-hmm. So here's some of the other pieces that Maggie has done, which I think is absolutely lovely. And this one is my absolute favorite. I want to share it with you guys, right? Okay, it's big. Hang on. It's coming. It's coming. Here it is. How lovely is that? This is Maggie Bell pottery. Imagine how jealous your friends will be when you bring this piece back from Barbados. Now understand, when you go through customs with this in your bag, they're probably gonna ask you to open your bag to make sure that it's not alive, okay? That you're not speaking something that you're not supposed to back to your country. But this is absolutely lovely. And if you take these back as gifts for your friends, you would be the envy of everyone, for sure. This is my favorite piece.
I do smaller ones too.
You do smaller ones.
And I do turtles as well.
And she does turtles as well. But here's another, okay, so that one's my favorite. The lizard is my favorite, Maggie, but this one's my favorite as well. This one is my favorite as well. Look at that. Because it's a nod to Barbados and no flying fish in this beautiful, absolutely beautiful plate, right? So everything is captured here in terms of your experience in Barbados. We're so looking forward to being able to host each and every one of you. And like I said, take you off the beaten path so you can have these authentic, wonderful experiences, meeting amazing Barbadians like Maggie, who's simply gonna teach you how to make your hands dirty and make something beautiful out of that.
Make a lot of noise in the mud.
So Maggie said we're gonna make a lot of noise in the mud, and what emerges from that is something beautiful. So the experience itself, of course, by setting foot onto the island of Barbados will be a beautiful one from start to finish. And then, of course, with Maggie Bell Pottery, you get to make something, and you can actually get your hands dirty too on the wheel and make something, or just have one of her original pieces as a wonderful keepsake to say, I had a wonderful time in beautiful Barbados. Right, guys?
Thank you, Mag. Thank you, Belle and Belle. Make some noise for Belle and Belle. Woo!
Woo! Woo!
Yay, yay, yay.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Ladies, thank you so much. That was actually very educational, interesting, and also an opportunity for you to actually, when you come to Barbados, you can have an experiential opportunity by actually learning to make your own pottery and taking home a one-of-a-kind pieces from the earth here in Barbados. And you know, that is what the story of Barbados is actually all about, where we give you unique experiences and opportunities to actually take some of our island back home with you. And speaking of our island and our history and our heritage, we're standing by to actually meet with Sir Paul Altman from the Nide Jewish Synagogue, and he's going to take you through the rich history of the Jewish Synagogue in Barbados. And I must tell you that the original structure actually was stood up in 1628. As that there are not very many buildings that you can think of that are in an area that is from 1628. And the original name of the synagogue is actually called the Scattered Jews. So Paul, over to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Ready.
Well, thank you very much, Marsha. And of course, I'm very proud to be here and to be in a position to share what the synagogue is all about with the public. And I'm going to walk you through the synagogue and then show you some of the additional buildings that form a part of what I call the synagogue compound. So if we could just walk into the synagogue, because we have some limited time. We have the main building, and to its right when we walk in is the graveyard that has tombstones going back to the period when the synagogue was built. You know, it was officially dedicated in 1654, but the graveyard has stones in here dating back to that period, to that same type of date. So we are in a very historical site, the oldest synagogue in the Western Hemisphere. And we are very proud that it was restored. It was restored, and I looked after that restoration. By 1987 is when we finished the restoration of the synagogue building itself. So we're going to step inside of the synagogue. And when come in here, we're going to take a look at the magnificent space that's in here with the chandeliers, the reader's desk, and then of course the ark. And the ark, above the ark, are the 10 Commandments. And the little story behind the 10 Commandments is that the synagogue was sold in 1925 when there were no more Jews practicing in Barbados. There were many Jews in Barbados even today that were no longer practice their religion, but they were originally from the first settlers to this island. The building, as they became assimilated, they no longer practiced Judaism officially, and the synagogue was sold in 1625. My family came here in 1931, and I'm born here. And of course, it was my privilege to be able to get involved with the restoration of this entire compound, the synagogue being, of course, the most important part of it, which we are in right now. Now, the 10 Commandments, when the synagogue was sold in 1925, were removed, and they ended up at the Prime Minister's residence. At that time, it was an official residence of an ex-governor. So the synagogue was sold, the 10 Commandments and many other artifacts were removed, and the 10 Commandments ended up at Ilara Court, which is today the Prime Minister's residence. And they were handed back to us when we were restoring the synagogue. But officially, the synagogue was a Sephardic, which is Spanish and Portuguese, because those were the people that came to Barbados and brought sugar here. So the history that is connected to this building is quite important to the history of Barbados. They brought sugar, and they also were involved in commerce. And the street near here, which is today called Swan Street, was named Jew Street, and that's where they lived, because they were all of the Orthodox part of the religion. In those days, there was only Orthodox. Today we are conservative, and we sit together. The Orthodox tradition had the women sitting upstairs and the galleries upstairs. This is a magnificent synagogue. It's, as I said, it's very historical. We use it. It's used during the winter period when we have many visitors who come and attend services here. We used it for the high holidays just a few weeks ago, and we were zooming out our services. So we have a new way of dealing with stuff here right now. From the synagogue, we're now going to walk, because time is limited, to show you the courtyard. And in the courtyard, we have the social building. And we also have a very historical mikveh, which is a ritual bath. And as we walk over to the mikveh, we'll just take a look and show you what is there. This mikveh would have been built before the synagogue was built. So the synagogue we date to 1654, and the mikveh would be predating the synagogue building. And of course, this was a discovery. It wasn't officially here. It had been all filled in. And we were able to find it through archaeological study of a student who was digging in the area and found the steps that we are going down. And as we went down the steps, we came to another area with further steps. And as he dug the steps through, he dug into what is today recreated original mikveh or ritual bath. And it is as it was in the 1654, as I said before that date, with even the little niches in the wall, in the old rubble walls, where they would have had candles or oil lamps to give light. First of all, there was no water in Bridgetown at that time, and there was no electricity. So the water, this is a natural spring. If we pump it out, it fills back up within minutes. And the same thing with the niches where they would have had their light from oil or candle lighting. So this mikveh is a very important, and it helps to authenticate the reality of what was here and the reality of the use of the place. So as we leave the mikveh, we are now going to go into the area where we have built a museum. Now the museum would have been the original school for the community, and that community was roughly about 10% of the population of the island back in the days when this was really very much used. And as we walk here, I'm reminded that we have a very historic and important grave here of a rabbi whose name was Carrigal, and he was sent to Newport in Rhode Island. And in Rhode Island, there is the oldest synagogue in the United States. And that synagogue there, the Truro synagogue, Rabbi Carrigal was sent to Truro. He left Truro, which is outside of New York, to move to Barbados because Barbados had a much more active and thriving Jewish community than New York at that time. Now, you have to believe that. But we're going to walk through an arch with a gate. And that arch has the word over it, remember. And the Hebrew word is yitzkor, which is the equivalent of remember. So the purpose of the museum was to capture the story of what was here, to remember the story of the Jewish people as a whole. So as we go through, we will always be pointing at the words remember, remember. And it's very interesting. It is an interactive museum. There were not many pieces that we had to put into the museum, so it's interactive. We have the logo of the museum, and it says Nidhe Israel Museum. And the museum, like the synagogue, is built of the natural stone of Barbados, which is coral stone. The building of the synagogue, the stone is not exposed because it's rubble, like the mikveh. But the museum has the hand-cut coral stone, which we have revealed to show the natural stone of Barbados, and it gives the museum a special feel. And as we come inside of the Nidhe Israel Museum, we are into a much more modern setting, but telling the story of the old history of the Jewish contribution to Barbados. Where did these people come from? And what did they do when they came here? And what did they bring with them? So the story is about the bearded men of Barbados, the island of bearded trees. And I happen to have a beard now. I just got that for COVID. But the story of the bearded ones, Barbados was given its name Los Barbados by the Portuguese. And the translation of that is the bearded ones, not the bearded trees. The history of Barbados refers to the bearded trees, and there are not many of them around, but these people all had beards. So I argue that maybe the name Los Barbados, or the original name of Barbados, could have come from the people who came to Barbados, the Jewish settlers, and who all had beards and who were Portuguese origin. They were all of Portuguese origin. So there's a good reason to think that they may have been Los Barbados, or the bearded ones. So we're going to walk through the museum, and we will see, remember who these people were, remember sayings, remember stories. And then as we go around, this is a very quick tour, I must add, so that I can't stop and give you too much detail, but we have a timeline showing that in 1492, there was the discovery of America by Columbus. And as we go through from each decade and each century, we come to the point where the Jews settled in Barbados, and that was in the 1650s. And then we come, and of course some came before that, but the official records for the synagogue were from that day. And then we come up to the year 2000 and the fact that the synagogue was restored in 1983 and officially rededicated in 1987. So we follow that route and we come inside to the area where the story of what their contribution was. And that was a time of the spice trade, and sugar was considered to be one of those commodities. And the spices and sugar were like oil and gold of today. So it was a very, very lucrative business, and Barbados profited, and the British profited tremendously from it. Certainly, we always have to say at the expense of the people who were brought here and captured, brought from Africa, and we must record that in every story that we tell, because it wasn't just the fact that Jews brought sugar, but it was, again, it was a British island eventually, and the story of what happened in Barbados is one that we must remember as we go through the synagogue and the museum. The word remember, never forget. So we have some pottery on display, which were fragments of pottery that were found when we were excavating the mikveh, the ritual bath, and where we cleaned up all around the site. And then we have other spices that to give people a sense of what spices meant and the value of spices. We have a record of the old windmill, and the design for the sugar mill was brought here by a Jewish man by the name of Demarcado, and he had the patent for the windmill that was used in the production of sugar, and that windmill was replicated throughout the Caribbean. And then you have the story of intolerance and tolerance and the Jewish merchants of the city and the general people. And of course, here you see a picture of the Jews with their beards, the bearded ones, Los Barbados. Okay. And in the center, we have a glass case where we have the original reading lamps from the reader's desk at the synagogue. And then we have what is called for the Festival of Lights, which is Christmas, which is coming up. We have the equivalent, which is called Hanukkah, and this is called a menorah. But this one dates back to the 1650s, and it was handed back to us by the Barbados Museum. So there's some history of real items, but there's a story to be told, the story of the restoration of the synagogue and the story of who we are and where we've come from. And of course, we're very proud of this. And we always recognize one gentleman who was a Barbadian lawyer by the name of Eustace Shilston. And Mr. Shilston was the one who kept the records so that when we were doing our research and putting it all back together, we looked in the Barbados Museum, in the Shilston Library, and found documents and photographs, which allowed me at that time to go directly to the Prime Minister of the time, Prime Minister Adams, who said, if you can take care of this restoration and make it happen, I will give the building and stop it from being destroyed. The building was going to be knocked down. It was a very broken down building at the time, and that was 1983. And the Supreme Court was supposed to be here. So Mr. Adams and through Mr. Shilston, we were able to save the building and restore it. And voila, right now today, you see what we've done. Here we have a very proud item, which is a first day cover of stamps issued by the Barbados Postal Service with the Star of David on it. Not many countries do that. We are proud that Barbados did it. So we have 2 first day covers, and then we have a coin. And the coin is a coin that was minted by the Jewish merchants trading among themselves. And that coin rests in the lobby of the central bank, the original coin, but the central bank minted for our 350th anniversary, a replica of the coin which was minted previously by the Jewish merchants. And basically, as we walk through, we see the original gates that were cast iron gates that were on the graveyard, but they were damaged, so we put them here on display. And we move into the area which talks about never forget or remember, never forget that the times of exile, of Inquisition, and of Holocaust are long past, and that we now live in and embrace a world of tolerance and justice. It is up to each of us to ensure that it remains so tomorrow. And I think that is the concluding remark on the remember. I thank you, and I'm proud to have been able to contribute some part of the history for those who were interested. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Amazing, absolutely incredible. Thank you.
So Paul, thank you so much. We really appreciate giving us a very, very short tour, a small tour.
It is very short. This tour usually takes 2 hours.
I know. But because obviously we don't have all the time, but we wanted to give you.
But listen, I'm happy that you included it. Thank you very much. And anytime I can help, I'm always willing and available.
Thank you so much, Sir Paul. Really
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
You're
You know,
welcome.
we have such rich history in Barbados. And the Jewish synagogue is just but one of so many relics and historical places that we have all across the island. And Barbados boasts a very, very rich history, a rich heritage. There are so many things that are one and onlys. I mean, we have one of only 3 Jacobean houses that are actually on. We have 3 of only. Sorry, we have 2 of only 3 Jacobean houses that are in the Western Hemisphere. Obviously, we would have been the birthplace of rum that we'll go to very, very shortly. We'll talk about that a little more. We are the inventors of the grapefruit, the pink grapefruit. I bet a lot of people don't know that the grapefruit actually came from Barbados. The fact that if you're into cannons and you're into armory, we have the rarest cannon collection dating back from the 17th century. And I could go on and on and on and on and on. But you want to see so much more that Barbados has to offer. We're so much more than sea, sun, and sand. And guess what, Tracy? I got my rum. I got my rum. I got my rum. I got my rum. And that means we're going to Monkey. We're going to
Yes, we're going. Jennifer, get ready.
Get your rum, ladies and gentlemen. We're going on a tour to Monkgate Distilleries, where we'll see how it's made and even more how it tastes. Yeah.
Well, Marsha, I'm going to pick it up from here, and I am at Mount Gay Rum in beautiful Barbados, virtual Barbados, 166 square miles with lots of smiles. I'm joined also by Cassandra Samuels, and she's going to come on a bit later because she's in another part of the sprawling facility that we have here. Now, if you go to other destinations, you get a bit of R&R, but in Barbados, you get 3 R's: the rest, the relaxation, and of course, the most important factor or the most important vaccine, the rum. Ladies and gentlemen, I say no more. Let me take you over to the screens and show you a bit about Mount Gay rum, the rum that invented rum, established in 1703. Turn off the lights, take it away.
The story begins with a time and a place. Mount Gay rum, that time and place, is the Caribbean island of Barbados in 1703. It is here that legacy of the world's finest rum was born. A fiery spirit known as Kill Devil was an early distillation of rum exclusive to the island of Barbados. Several plantation owners were distilling the spirit in the 17th century, but their process had yet to be perfected, and the resulting rum was, at its best, hard to swallow. In 1703, the first record of a deed for a distillery on a hilltop in St. Lucie Parish established the oldest producer of rum in the world. The contrarily named owner of this distillery, John Sober, had sought the help of his friend, Sir John Gay, to manage the estate and the rum-making process. Sir John Gay made dramatic improvements to the business of the distillery and to the quality of the rum. In time, the entire operation was renamed Mount Gay Distilleries in his honor, and it is still operated on the same plot of land right here in St. Lucie, Barbados.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that's just a sneak peek of the video about what's happening here at Mount Gay. And I find it so ironic, Marsha and Cassandra. The gentleman who invented rum is Mr. John Sober. Anyway, that's another matter for another day. I'm gonna toss it over to Cassandra. She's in the most important room when you come to Barbados, the tasting room. Cassandra?
Oh, well said. Beautifully said, Crispin. It is indeed the most important room in the house, the tasting room. This is, of course, where you get to find out everything you need to know. You get to chat with Ramel, a guy that is, of course, very important when it comes to the mixing. So this is what's happening right here. This is what's going on. And if I give you a 360, see this backdrop here gives you the feeling that you are walking through the factory that you just heard about in St. Lucie. But today we are at the Mount Gay Visitors Center. So this gives you an up close and personal experience with the rum. Look at it, look at it. So Ramel is here with us and they don't call him Ramel for nothing. How are you, Ramel? I'm fine. Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. So talk to me about this rum and the tasting experience that persons get when they come. The lovely ladies of the Durham Women's Network and the travel agents, they're all listening and excited to hear.
We heard in the chart, let's look at a drum, the oldest drums in the world. We strive here for excellent quality first, amongst all other things. We usually go through about 3 rums on the tasting, but we get lots more. Where we have the Eclipse, we have the Black Barrel, and we have the XO, all having their own unique and interesting quality.
Oh, nice.
Look
at them up
So
close.
we today are going to go through, let's go straight in the middle.
Okay, so straight down the middle.
So you get a piece of the first and last one as well.
Okay.
So what we will have here first is the Black Barrel rum.
Okay.
Now this is rum aged for about 3 to 7 years in secondhand whiskey barrels, and it's taken and finished in heavily charred bourbon barrels for up to 6 months, and they put in a higher portion of pot still than the previous rums.
Okay.
So now you know there's a lot more body, a lot more character happening in there. But then we're going to go through the rum slowly and get all the flavor you want.
All the flavor. Flavor is definitely what we want. And when he said we, he meant we. So let's get the taste on.
That's our rum right here.
Okay. All right. Black Barrel first up.
One of my personal favorites. If it was to choose a rum to drink for everyday purposes,
it would be the Black Barrel.
The Black Barrel.
Yay, Crispin, I'm trying it. I'm trying it. So you swirl first?
So we check the color first.
Color.
Careful now, careful now.
The color is amber.
The color is amber. That usually means slow down.
Slow down, right? But we take our time. We don't want to rush the rum.
Don't
quality.
rush.
We don't want to rush quality. Yeah?
After all, you can't rush a good vaccine.
Can't rush a good vaccine. Again. All right. You're gonna notice when you stop. You're gonna notice the rum running down the side.
The legs. It has good legs.
It has good legs. Nice quality.
Mm-hmm.
More thickness, more robust.
Yeah.
If you pass it under your nose and move it. Oh, witty aroma. It's a buttery, creamy aroma.
It's smooth.
It's a spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, gingerbread.
Are you jealous yet?
Yeah.
Ladies, we want you to come and experience this. So what we're doing here is fantastic, giving you a chance to check it out, enjoy it virtually. So let me taste it. Shall we taste it together?
We need to taste, yes.
Go slow, go slow.
Amber. It's a light, smooth, delicate. Cascades across the tongue. Almost like this. It's good. It's good.
Oh, it's good. It's
Very
lovely.
Nice. Almost doesn't need anything.
Okay. So would you call this like your everyday go-to kind of rum?
For me first, I would say yes, but I'd recommend this one as a staple.
A staple.
It's a staple. It goes both ways. You have persons that prefer to mix. It's great in a daiquiri, it's not starmy. If it is, you have persons that prefer to
sunshine and rum, people.
Nice on the rocks. Mount Gay rum is a
okay.
multi-layered rum. It's good for all occasions, all reasons.
I like that. All occasions, all people, all reasons, and we have rum for all those things and people. So, shall we jump straight to the XO?
The XO. Oh, you're a woman of good taste. I must say, I love that indeed.
Yes.
All right, here we have the XO.
And you see how the color has changed?
The color has changed, which also means extra old. So it would have gone from a double cast to a triple cast.
Right.
Meaning using 3 barrels now, bourbon, whiskey, and cognac. But additionally, cognac barrel gives it more weight, the body, a lot more complexity. Yes. Color would have gone more from a amber to more of a reddish brown.
Nice.
Onyx bronze.
I like it.
Matches almost your hair right there.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
Sunshine.
Right.
Sunshine in a bottle.
Sunshine in a
this
bottle.
Is the liquid sunshine.
Aged 5 to 17 years. So there's
beautiful.
a lot more matured rums in there. A lot more. Oh my word. Yeah.
Look at it.
Lovely.
Okay, so talk to me about this one.
So you got that nice reddish brown, that bronze color coming through, and a richness in the color. That's
look at that.
Sitting there for 5 to 17 years. Okay. Let's check those legs.
Let's check the legs.
So
All
it's
right.
been about for longer periods of time, so it has a higher viscosity.
Yes.
Viscous.
The legs have gone higher, actually.
It's the flow.
Yes.
If you pass it under your nose, you can smell salted caramel and dark chocolate.
It's a little more intense.
Yes, a lot of hints of clove. And you get hits of the fruit cake, Christmas cake, dried fruits, prunes.
Are you trying to make me hungry, or do you want me to drink?
The rum has that effect on you. The rum has that effect on you. Christmas is right around the corner, so this is definitely one you want to have.
And it's Thanksgiving, a time for many people, so we must give thanks for all these things.
We're thankful for rum.
We are thankful.
Very thankful for rum.
Shall we taste it? Can we taste
shall
it yet?
taste it,
It's aromatic and it's even more smooth. It's bursting with flavor.
The style of this rum is rum and complex. It's thick in every part of your mouth, the back of your lips, tip of your tongue, tip of your mouth. Great one to hear.
Do you hear all his sweet talk? You hear all his sweet talk?
I love rum.
You are Ramel.
Rum.
Give me an elbow knock, Ramel. Oh my goodness, this is good stuff. Thank you so much. And yeah, we didn't do that, but cheers to seeing you ladies here in Barbados. So you can try this and taste it for yourself. This is a 360 of the tasting room. So you get a little more history in here after you've seen the film, get a little more history, find out about the start of it all. You know, you find out about some of the tools used and the darker the cask, what it means, the longer the rum stays in the cask, what that means. And Ramel just gave you a sneak peek into just that. So, Ramel, thank you so much. I'm loving this, and I want you to be here, but I know Crispin, because rum, it's great on its own, and it might be just the thing you need to soothe your palate. But rum goes well with other things, and it's a favorite in cocktails here in Barbados. So Crispin, talk to me about what Ryan is mixing up. I'm coming down there.
Come down here, Cassandra.
If I can walk down the steps.
Right now, I am not sure, Marsha, Jason, Stacy. I think I'm under the affluence of alcohol. Sorry, under the influence of alcohol. I am getting my words mixed up here. But this here is just, sorry, not used yet. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go over to Mr. Ryan Adamson, one of the #1 bartenders in Barbados. He's traveled all over the world. And let me tell you, he's going to mix me up something here today that is going to have you just have your palates going. Mr. Ryan Adamson, I'm going to call for a rum punch, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
One of the best more drinks on the island. One of the best more drinks in the world, really. Very, very, very nice and very simple drink to make as well.
So this is a rum punch. I called for a simple drink. Yeah. And this is what it's like at Mount Gay Rum when you come to visit in beautiful Barbados.
Nice place, nice drink. And we use some of the precious ingredients as well. So you just want to use the juice of 1 lime.
So that's lime juice going into my rum punch.
Nice and citrus.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be nice and citrus apparently as we wait for Cassandra to join too as well.
So we got some simple syrup.
And
now.
this is simple syrup, but it doesn't look like a simple process to me.
It's very, very simple. Well, it is simple for me. It's not simple for you, baby.
Yes. And Mount Gay Rum, you can see it right there for sure.
For sure. That's
1703.
That's the year of our invention, but we're actually using the Eclipse rum.
So today we're using the Eclipse rum.
We're going to use 3 ounces of this.
3 ounces apparently. Goodness.
Got to make it nice and strong. It's a rum punch, right?
All right, it's going to have some punch for sure. I there's no doubt there.
The recipe calls for 4 ounces of water. However, I'm only giving you 3.
Wow. All right. So it calls for 4 ounces of water. He's giving me 3, and I'll see how we get home from here.
We have a designated driver.
A couple dashes of bitters.
Some bitters.
Crispin, you're coming back to work. You're coming back to work.
Sorry, Marsha. Yes. So as we get ready to wrap up here, we're gonna mix it all up.
I'm only seeing 1 rum punch.
Oh, but there may be 2 straws. No worries. Oh gosh, I'm so excited.
Ooh, it's looking good. And Ryan Anderson is a renowned mixologist, award-winning. He's traveled the world and he's trained many of our local mixologists. So he knows his stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the finished product, a rum punch.
That's right.
Wow, really? So we are coming to you from Mount Gay Rum in Barbados. This is the place you have to come to if you visit us.
Crispin, this is really good. Oh my goodness. I
Over
think
to you,
Ryan's gonna have to make one for you.
Thank you so very much, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Crispin, bring a rum punch for me here. And if anybody online wants to know the recipe for rum punch, it's really simple. And we say it like this in Barbados. We say 1 part sour, which is the lime or the lemon, 2 parts sweet, which is the, you know, the sugar or the liquid sugar, 3 parts strong, which of course is the rum, and 4 parts weak. So you get the 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's your recipe for rum punch. Yay! All right, so we've taken you to a number of places today. We first started off with a pottery, and you know, we told you about the historic significance of the pottery. We took you then to the synagogue and walked you through the synagogue. So Paul told you all about the history of the synagogue, and you know what the difference between Barbados and the history related to it. And then we took you to Mount Gay to actually, you know, visit the rum tasting experience at Mount Gay. And now we're going to take you into Bridgetown. Bridgetown is our capital. Bridgetown is where a lot of it began. In fact, the original name of Bridgetown was actually called Indian Bridge because there was actually a bridge that took persons from one part of the area to the other. And that was the original name that the Arawaks named that particular area, Bridgetown. And so we are taking you to the capital, which is rich in history. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are 23 different areas that you can actually find historic areas in Bridgetown. And we're here with Dawn Lisa Calendar Smith, who is the lady who does the Bridgetown walking tour. She has a special product. She takes visitors on a walking tour through Bridgetown, and she's going to take us on a walking tour through Bridgetown virtually. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, everybody. Hi, ladies. How are you doing? Well, actually, I'm here on the Indian Bridge in Bridgetown. So that was a fantastic introduction, Marsha. And we are here on the beautiful bridge. And my tour is a characters of tongue. So don't be surprised if I get a little crazy and I might switch into Bajan a little bit, but I will teach you some Bajan as we go. So I'm going to turn my camera around and show you the Indian Bridge right here in Bridgetown. Let me hit that again. There you go. So we are now taking a look at the Indian Bridge in Bridgetown. Now the story of Bridgetown is the story of sugar, slaves, and rum. That's right, everybody. And Sir Paul also gave a great introduction to that. And we are here on the beautiful Indian Bridge overlooking the Carlisle Bay. Let me go again. My camera wants to show me today. I know I'm cute, but we're gonna switch it around a little bit so you can get some views. There we go. Go back again. Because here in Bridgetown, in 1627, the Earl of Carlisle sailed up. And when he sailed up, he came across this beautiful inlet and the bridge. Now the thing was, at that point in time, there were no Amerindians living here. However, they did find remnants of the settlement. And so they called it the Indian Bridge in St. Michael's Town, which eventually became Bridgetown. Yes? Now, as we walk, because there's so much to see, we are actually walking in the footsteps of slaves. Now, the story of the British is the story of the triangular trade, but we tell people it's history. We can't change it. We are supposed to learn from it. So as he sailed up the Carlisle Bay, it became one of the most important spots in British history in the triangular trade. A ship would leave a port in London or Liverpool, make its way to the west coast of Africa. And right here on the Carlisle Bay, over 300,000 African slaves landed. So when you come to Bridgetown, you are walking in the heart of history. Now the thing is, yes, whether you went to Canada, whether you went to Virginia, or whether you went to Trinidad or here in Barbados, you landed at Bridgetown first. Let's go again. My little camera is being naughty today. If I was a real Bajan, I would say to you, there's a duppy in my system. That means it goes and the duppy won't look at my face, but I want to show you the Carlisle Bay. So give me a second and we're gonna turn it around for you. There we go. That's the beauty of the Carlisle Bay. And you are also now looking at the slave warehouses. Once the settlers sailed up and the ships came in, the cargo and the human cargo was actually offloaded right here on the Carlisle Bay. And you have a beautiful view of our bay. Now you will see a stone red brick building in the foreground. Now that building is the spirit bond, because our story is the story of sugar, slaves, and rum. And so spirit bonds were actually quite familiar in the city. Now that's where you stored the rum. And if you were in the British Army or Navy, rum was actually part of your commission. It was called the Tot Fund. But there's so much here to see, because as we pan a little bit to the right, you're going to see that we're coming upon a beautiful Gothic castle. Now that Gothic castle is actually our parliament. Now we have the third oldest parliament in the Commonwealth. It was built in around it started in around 1639. But get this beautiful castle, the East and West Wing, were not built until 1872 and 73 respectively. Why? Well, there's a saying. They say the French like war, the Dutch like commerce, the British like drink. And so they were happy to have their parliament sessions in taverns, which we now call rum shops, in and about the city. Now, here's a little Bajan quiz for you. Have you ever heard the term no taxation without representation? Anybody ever heard that? Well, some people may say it came from the United States. What if I told you that term actually originated in Barbados? It goes back to our tavern story as we walk here in the footsteps of slaves along the Wickham Lewis boardwalk and we make our way over to Parliament. Now, the saying was, during the 1652, Charles I was beheaded and Oliver Cromwell's forces came to Bridgetown. There was a skirmish and they finally signed a truce at Mr. Austin's Tavern in Oyston's Town. Can you imagine that? They signed it in the tavern. But that signature, that charter was really important. It allowed for two things. One of those things, well, they're allowing for religious freedoms. That's why the Jewish community prospered so well here. And two, that second one, no taxation without representation. That's right. That goes all the way back to the Charter of Barbados in 1652. Can you imagine that? Now, there's a reason that George Washington, Barbados was the only place he visited. We were the center of it all. We are walking in not only the footsteps of slaves, but the wealthiest port city in the entire Americas. And I'm walking you along the bay because I want you to see. Imagine that on any given day, over 1,500 ships plus were parked out here in the Careenage. That's right. This was the center of the British Empire, the jewel in the British crown. Now, as I walk, I'm walking you a little bit. You should see some casuarina trees off to your left. They look kind of like Christmas trees. Do you see them? Well, that is the entry point. That is the entry point for all African slaves entering the Americas, right there. That's one of the main points of the triangular trade. But not only that, that was also the entry point for men Barbados. Yes, that was actually a term. Someone could be Barbados. That meant you were either sent to Australia or Barbados. That's right. So as we go down, I'll give you a little view up and down of our boardwalk. A man Barbados would land right there. And one of the most famous men that landed right there is actually famous in Jamaica, believe it or not. He landed as a Barbados man at 12 years old. Anybody ever heard of Captain John Morgan? That's right, of the famed Port Royal. Well, he too landed there, Barbados. Now, let us make our way across to the square. Bridgetown has many secrets. One of those secrets is that, like Sir Paul said, we have one of the largest cannon collections in the entire world. But in Bridgetown, they're not where you think they would be. That's right. So I'm going to skip through traffic and I'm going to show you some cannons. Now, guess what? Not even the locals know these cannons are here. That's right. They're hidden in plain sight. And we're going to try to snip on over. This is a fast story. Like Sir Paul, this story is normally 2 hours. So I'm giving you the zippy version. This is a fast story and we're passing through. I should stop here. This is what we would have called Egerton Green. This is also what we would call, yes, it's an RBC. This is also what we now call Parliament Square. But here was the auction block for slaves. Here was where on Sundays, slaves would come to look to see if there were relatives that just landed. Here was also the point where slaves were punished. I'll show you the sign for the slave route beach. Now, one of the things that we're doing in Barbados is working hard to tell our heritage story. Lots of people don't realize that, in fact, the story of sugar, rum, and slavery started in Barbados. The things you think you know about sugar, rums, and slaves, most of the things you think about the US actually had its origins in Barbados. Would you believe the first 10 governors of South Carolina? Guess where they came from? Barbados. Of Virginia and New York, Barbados. This was the center of the world. Now we are walking along Parliament building. Look at these coral stone limestone walls. This building dates back to the 1800s and it's still standing. It's still very much in use. And I'm trying to get you down to spot the cannons. And this is the secret of Bridgetown, yes? Most people don't even know these cannons are hidden here. Now this street next to the RBC, for my RBC fan, is actually called High Street. One of the secrets of our World UNESCO Heritage Site is that we've got our rating on our medieval serpentine layout of our streets. Our streets have been completely unchanged in over 300 years. That's what makes Bridgetown so special. And I hope I have time, because if we get to the cannon, I might get to show you Jew Street as well, which tells you why we have our name. I'm going to peek around the back of the Parliament and see if you can see the turrets on the castle. Most people don't realize that we have turrets on Parliament. Can you see them, the little spires going up? This beautiful Gothic building sitting in Bridgetown. Look at that. There are also chimneys in Bridgetown as well too. Can you imagine? In our warm tropical climate, there's chimneys. So we're heading over to High Street to spot the cannons. Now, this is also a busy shopping area. In Bridgetown, we have 2 streets. We have Broad Street and Swan Street. Now, Broad Street is our main street. You know, you have your really high-end shops, but the smart tourists and locals know you can find everything just 2 streets behind on Swan Street, which was called Jew Street, where you find lots of things. So I'm going to turn my camera and see if anybody can spot the cannons. Broad Street is a great place for duty free and all that too. Anybody spot the cannons yet? I know my Bajans looking too, because they may know them there neither. Have you seen the cannons yet? I'm gonna walk over. And there are 4 right here on Victoria Street. Look at that. That's a cannon. And in Bridgetown, they're hidden all over. This street has 4 alone, 2 at the front and 2 at the back. So one of the nicknames for Bridgetown and Barbados, we know about BIM or Bimshire or Barbados. But another name was the Impregnable Fort. That's because we had 42 forts on our coastline. So after you had the fort So you had to get rid of the cannons. Now, if you go to the Hilton Hotel and you look over the Charles Fort, you will see lots of them in water. But I challenge you, the next time you are in Bridgetown, to look around on the streets. There's one by Diamonds International on Broad Street. There's some right by the Jewish synagogue. And I'm not talking about the ones standing up like cannons. I'm talking about the ones hidden in plain sight. Now, I know my time is running out, but I made it. And I think Sarah Altman is going to be pleased because I'm about to show you Jew Street. I hope you have a good view. The sun is in our eye. This is Swan Street, or called Jew Street. And this was the heart of the British Empire in trade and business. Now, if you like Harry Potter movies, or you like old Jack the Ripper movies, if you look closely, you would notice that the street looks much like that. Back in the day, people would live up top and do business down bottom. They do similar things now with the down bottom, but no one lives up top. Now it's a bustling street with fruit vendors and market vendors. So you gotta come and take my market tour. Some people are saying hi. You gotta come take my market tour and see Bridgetown. We drink snow cones and taste things. It's a lot of fun. So I hope I have teased you and enticed you to come see my beautiful Bridgetown. So many more stories to tell, so many things to see. I hope you are excited as I am. I love to show my town. I hope you are too. We'll turn back. And one last Canadian bit of trivia for you as we go. Do you know that we had our own September 11th? In 1942, a Canadian tanker was torpedoed off the shores of Bridgetown. So there you go. See you, everybody. Enjoy.
Dawn, thank you so much for taking us through and walking us through a little bit of Bridgetown. Bridgetown is, a cornucopia of our potpourri of so many things happening at the same time. And, I told you that there were 23 different areas in Bridgetown where our heritage assets are. And when you have the opportunity, don't just soak up the sun and the sand, get to soak up some of the rich history and heritage that we have on island. I hope you saw some of the school kids in their uniform passing through Swan Street. And I think this is also a testament in terms of our nation and our protocols that we spoke about from Sandals earlier, where, we're definitely 100% open for business. People are going about their usual, business. And yes, we're keeping safe. Yes, we are enforcing the protocols. But yes, Barbados is actually open. It was really my pleasure showing a little bit of Barbados to all of you. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in my Barbados soon.
Wow. Marsha, everybody, I am blown away, like absolutely blown away. I am emotional. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. This has been beyond my expectations, completely knocked it out of the park. My favorite part was the last part there, seeing like life happening in action as we're watching it. And that was my vision, is to bring the island to people live, and you've done that. And this has been absolutely incredible. I'm sure Jennifer will agree with me that it completely exceeded expectations. I'd like to know how everybody is feeling right now. Just unmute yourself for a second. I want to know. Tell me how you're feeling. Like, what do you think, guys?
Amazing.
Amazing.
When are we getting our tickets? What's happening?
I can help you with that.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So jealous.
Wonderful.
Can't wait to go.
I love all the history.
much fun.
Really
That was incredible.
Thank you. Can't wait to go back.
So I want to say, thank you, everybody. Just unmute again for a minute if you could. I want to say an incredible, from my heart, thank you to the Barbados tourism team, everybody live on the ground. You have been amazing. This experience I will remember it always. Thank you so much I know there was a lot of behind the scenes and organizing, and Jason and Stacy were kind of leading that with me as my direct partners, and Robert and Omar from Sandals. Amazing. So thank you so much. I'm going to pass it back over to Jennifer because she has some final words, and I think she's giving away something else. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tracy, I want to thank you because you really were the conduit to making all of this happen for DWN. And I also agree, it was very emotional that we all got to connect. Even though we're separate, we got to connect today in the most wonderful and unique way. Like from continent to like across the ocean, you know, we're having a wonderful time and just celebrating life, right?
Yes, and thank you, Jennifer, for saying connection. I was going to say about that, connecting everybody here together in these times, and me being able to, sorry, I just need to add something because this is from my heart. Me being able to support the Caribbean islands because they are very close to my heart, as many of you know. And being able to still serve the travel industry and bring these islands top of mind and keep that awareness, it means the world to me to still be able to serve in this industry when my business is kind of on hold. So anyway, sorry to interrupt, but that just like came out.
Absolutely. No, like everybody, I am so happy that we had this experience together. I'm happy that Tracy, like for your commitment to pull it together. And I am 100% serious. We're going to get DWN 2021. We'll organize a group trip and we'll see what happens. And we will have a blast. We'll charter a plane and we'll head on out and it'll be wild. If I know, listen, these ladies know how to have a good time. So we know it'll be the best. Anyways, I wanted to thank everybody as well. Thanks to Tracy, thanks to Sandals, to Barbados, to all the participants. What a wonderful, wonderful experience. I wanted to thank everybody for coming today. I know we went longer than we initially planned to, but I think it was so worth it just in terms of what we were able to see. So I want to have two final draws and I will connect with the winners after. So the first final draw that I want to raffle off is this awesome wreath from Idlewild Designs. Sherry Munns is a member of DWN. And that is going to Jill Johnston. So congrats, Jill. I will connect with you this afternoon about getting that wreath to you. And then we have a $100 gift card for Jam Designs Boutique. So the final prize goes to, let's see, Lara Peroni. So I am going to connect with Lara. Thank you so much. And I want to hear what you guys think about today.
That's Jennifer Santos.
Oh, hello.
She says hello to me.
No, she doesn't.
Hello.
Yeah.
I hear you, Suzanne.
She says hello to me.
Jason, do you have, in a moment when Jennifer's done, do you have some music that you can serenade us out with?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Tracy can serenade you with some music. And before we get going, just want to once again thank you for the opportunity once again to showcase Barbados. I want to thank Stacy for all of her assistance and help, Marsha and the entire product team and all of our partners today, Robert and the team at Sandals. We certainly appreciative of all of your efforts, and collectively we are so happy that we were able to showcase a snippet of the Barbadian experience to each and every single one of you. So thank you so much from Barbados, Sandals, and the entire team.
And Tracy and Jennifer, just wanted to let you know so that our director is also enjoying today's session, our director, Peter Mears, and also the manager of our PR company, Tanya Kadikian. So we're so proud as an entire team, Marsha, Crispin, Jason, everyone, to showcase with you the pride and the joy that we have as Barbadians, especially when we're celebrating our 54th anniversary of independence this year. It was an amazing journey with all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward for other opportunities where we can showcase other aspects of the destination, because there's still much more to discover. So thanks to everyone so very much.
Well, I think Jennifer and I might be in cahoots to make another one of these happen if Barbados is on board. So I'm
Jason,
sure we
before
can
you, before
make
you,
some plans for that and see the rest of your beautiful island.
and Jason, before you start with the music, I just want to take this opportunity to thank my behind the scenes manager for events and groups, Mr. Omar Josephs, for working with the entire team at Sandals to make this possible. Tracy, you have outdone yourself. This was an amazing experience, amazing journey from Sandals, and of course the Barbados team on the ground. Right from Sandals to the BTMI group, you guys did amazing. Jennifer, I look forward to you pulling all these women together with their spouses, and let's make it a reality in bringing a group to Sandals in Barbados. And of course, we look forward to 2021. We have Tracy, who is the travel agent, and of course, the #1 partners for Sandals being a travel advisor. So Tracy, I just want to thank you from all the staff here in Canada. Our team is behind you and we're here for you in everything that you do. And we look forward to seeing all of these ladies on the beach in Barbados, enjoying sun, sea, and of course, some EXO.
Oh my God, Robert, I'm still crying. Robert and I and Omar go way back because I've been a travel specialist for 15 years and I worked at Flight Center for a decade, and that's where I met them. And now I'm independent, I have my own travel business now for the past 5 years. So thank you again. I could say thank you for the next hour, so I'll just stop now. But thank you, Marsha. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Stacy. It's been a pleasure. You guys are amazing to work with, like incredible to work with. All right, Jason, unless Jennifer has anything else to say, Jason, let's little serenading us. You can sing if you want.
Hi, Jason.
Oh, I can't hear you, Jason. Can you? Anybody else here?
People jumping up, the child in hand, chipping behind a costume van. I see the big truck keep coming down, kicking off heavy sound. So guy is all I hear, right from the start of the day. All color, creed and class, moving together, making mass. Oi, 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 something's happening, and it's so exciting. People just having fun, one big celebration, must be a really grand occasion. Oi, 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 something's happening that you shouldn't be missing. Dancing along the street, moving to soca beat, and all the women looking sweet. Oi, 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 oi.
I'm very happy in case you didn't notice.
I think you enjoy some of the rum that Crystal was talking about.
You think I have water? That's it.
And I have my miniature. It's so close. Prove it's so close. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, my heart, my heart. Jason, you gonna stay on for a minute?
Tracy, I'm gonna stop the recording.
What's that?
I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.